All right, guys, this is going to be a video update for March 25th, 2020. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's go look at Bitcoin. So my thoughts really haven't changed, right? We came down. We had a little bit of a dip, probably not as deep as what was expected, but it did hit the 38.2 retracement, and now it's back. But it just basically tested the 20 EMA right here. That's all it did. Back above the 10 EMA, moving higher. You can see we got this little resistance area right over here. But if you was to look at something like this, you could call maybe this kind of like an ascending triangle, but we're within this channel. The expectation has still not changed. My feeling is that we're going up here. Probably this upper Bollinger Band just keeps inching higher and higher. So I'm really expecting a test of at least 7150. Possibly even a little bit higher before we get that next pullback, right? So just keep things in perspective, guys. It's whippy out there. You get a red candle, green candle, red. Everybody's thinking it's the end of the world. It's going to drop. Just be patient and watch your 10 EMAs, right? Your 10 and 20. We're above the 10, 20, 50, right? And we're coming up, and at some point we're probably going to test this 200-day moving average. That's on a 4-hour chart. Okay, if I was to go over to a daily chart, what's changed? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We had an indecision day today, just whipping back and forth, but the overall trend is up for now, right? This probably looks corrective, but you know, I still think it's probably going a little bit higher before, and it could test the top of this red candle or even get close. More than likely, it's probably going to fill in this area around 7,500. But that's just my overall view. I think it goes higher and then pulls back, right? And I say the 50, it could wick there, but generally thinking is like 7,150 to 7,200, that area. That's where I would be looking at, but that's just me. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's go take a look at maybe like the stock market here and see what's been going on. Let's look at the major indexes. Dow Jones Industrial, huge bounce, right? And this little area right here, this little pattern, huge selling to the downside, and we get a slight reversal pattern. Doji today, so let's see what happens tomorrow. Let's go to the S&P 500. Getting close to, maybe it wants to test that 20 EMA, around 2650. That would also be around where the 38.2 retracement is. That'd be a good spot probably to unload some longs if you took them back in, this area or whatnot. That's a good percentage gain. So, don't overstay your welcome on this, as I feel like at some point, depending on where this thing eventually tops out at, we're going to come back and retest these lows. Let's go look at the NASDAQ. And this one's rather interesting. I always look for bullish reversal patterns, and this one really stuck in my mind, right? Big red stick right here, doji, and then a gap away and overtook that red stick. So a lot of people, and it's technically a morning star, right? Next candle is going to be your key one right here. So could possibly come all the way back, fill a gap, and then march higher. So watch this one, a good area maybe to get out around 8,000, 8,300, somewhere in that area. Maybe even prior to that, maybe even the 38 or 38.2. But if that's a true bottom in the market right there, we're looking for a retest and then go higher. So just keep that in mind. VIX indicator, this is the one that's really peculiar. With the markets the way they were up the last couple of days, I would have expected this probably to pull back a little bit. Not a lot, but it was actually stronger today. And that's just all the volatility that's out in the market. So once this thing starts settling in a little bit and things calm down and maybe we're starting to get some 300 and 400-day moves up, then that'll be the time to maybe start looking at some things. But still very volatile out there, so be careful. Let's go back and look at... let's maybe look at... let's go back and we'll look at a couple of maybe like some altcoins. Link, just right here, basing right at the 10 EMA, right below, these EMAs. You got the 200-day, 233, 20, and 50 all bunching up. So and we know how this thing can move, right? And in both directions. So be careful. If you're wanting to get in, maybe put a tight stop. And I mean very tight on this one. Don't give it much room. I mean, unless you just got a lot of, play. But this one could bust out at any day. It also could just go sideways for quite a while until these Bollinger Bands hook in. That's Link. Let's look at XTZ. Same sort of situation, just kind of basing right here. Don't be surprised if you see some pop, depending on what Bitcoin or anything else does. Don't be surprised to see a pop either way. I'm leaning toward the upside though, but we'll see. Anyway, I think that's pretty much what I've got for tonight, guys. So if you have any questions, I'll be in the channel. Other than that, y'all have a great night. Stay safe out there, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.